hide and go seek. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, running back.
This place first opened way back in 1957. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They'll flip this quickly out to Beasley. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So following the run by Hyde, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this one caught by Beasley. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Hyde. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Well, look now at our starting defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. From the 44, Stafford. This is Miller, complete. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. He finds his running back, Hyde. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. Yeah,
I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it at midfield. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. On 2nd and 9, Allen. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about what the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Here's Hyde on the draw. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. They'll try and run forward with Lindsey. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. And this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a run with Hyde. And an alley to run. And they got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. On first down, it's Stafford. And Diggs has it. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. A shotgun snap for Stafford. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. That was quite the call down around the goal line on 4th and goal.
Yeah, they fake the run, pull it out, throw it, and as a defense, I've been in that spot before, and we see it all the time. You almost have to overcommit against the run. You have to almost sell out and say, they're going to run it, go make a play. They got fooled on that one.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Allen trying to hurry everybody up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen, that'll be caught by Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. To throw, it's Allen. Staying on his feet. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Allen going to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Come on now, let's go.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
It's complete to Diggs. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, Stafford. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. So second down and 10, once again they'll go from the 40. Stafford, he completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Stafford now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's first and 10. And he finds Beasley complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on first and 10. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Colts on top as that one approaches halftime. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head over to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Adam Thielen, a touchdown reception. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Ryan Tannehill has thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. First down, a run with Cohen. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 6. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. Quick throw into the hands of Hopkins out wide. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 17-yard line. Operating from the red zone now. Allen. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
250. Man, I got you.
They'll try to fire up the running game with Hyde. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Again, it's Hyde. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Operating from the gun, Stafford. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Lady! 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Gotta do better. Come on, QB. Come on.
To throw on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's able to find Diggs. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. Desmond King there on the coverage. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, 86. He's sneaky guy.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 42.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To throw is Stafford. It's complete. It's Miller. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. First down, a run with Hyde. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. 4 down, 4 down.
Stafford on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Hyde. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On 3rd down, Stafford. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick here is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
There was the pressure you were talking about, forcing the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to stay with it.
That's true. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Washington. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Out to the flat for Hyde. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. From the gun, a give to Hyde. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And not... totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Stafford. Left side caught by Diggs. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Stafford. And he slings one that's incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And back to the ground. Hyde. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Another tote for the afternoon workhorse. It's Hyde. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Josh Allen in the offense now. Down by 6. Just over a minute 40 to play. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Allen trying to hurry everybody up to the line of scrimmage. To throw is Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Allen to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. It's complete to Robinson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Redskins have the 1st down on a pickup of 18. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Blue 60! Double tight, guys, double tight.
Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League.
Henry. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led out by a guy who's done just about everything you could ever imagine to do in this league, the great Tom Brady.
It's been a lot of fun watching him develop in his career. But that will to win, he's had that probably since birth, and it transmits itself throughout his entire ball club. Watching him play, it can be an absolute joy unless you're on the other team.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. The offensive starters now for the Broncos.
In an NFL that's uncertain from year to year, you know what you're going to get from year to year from tight end Kyle Rudolph. Very consistent, a nice threat in the passing game. The thing he's most proud of is continued improvement as a run blocker.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Brady. He finds Beckham complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Check 56. Check.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Throwing on first down is Brady. He completes it to Henry. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady, and that is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Brady, and that is incomplete.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use on paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-1 as opposed to the 2-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And he's going to keep it here. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. To throw again on second down. Bridgewater. It's caught by Funchess. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The numbers for Marshawn a week ago. 13 carries, 63 yards.
They've won 2 straight games and have done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. And quickly now, a look at the Kansas City offense.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver, because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoffs. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Brady. Finding Alfred Morris, complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To throw is Brady. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back, and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now here comes Kansas City. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On the counter, here's McCoy. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
We'll go 25 to Mike. Watch the run, watch the run.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Bridgewater. Funches has it complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Devin Funches hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes to come your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. The 6th season in Denver now for Emmanuel Sanders after those 4 years in Pittsburgh. And you may recall Sanders tore his Achilles December 5th last year in practice. But before the injury, he was on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Would have been his 4th in his first 5 years in a Bronco uniform. And now at 32 years of age as he tries to return to full speed. Brady's throw there complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Brady. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. It's caught by OBJ. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Odell Beckham with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. He'll try and run it. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. First toss of the game here for the backup Barkley. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Badgley able to punch this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and it's the Texans who've got the lead in the second quarter. The Texans looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Next, we'll take the trip north to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Drew Brees has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And that one all even in their matchup with the visiting Dolphins. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you. So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. They'll go again to McCoy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, Barkley. And he completes it to Westbrook. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Here's Matt Weil now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. Now, we've got a tie game. He has the 2 touchdown catches that we take a peek at. Does he have a 3rd in his repertoire to break this tie?
It's hard to say that he doesn't based on what we've seen so far. I remember when I was coaching Brandon, I went and saw a guy at a clinic, and all he talked about was, I want players that make plays that count. That's exactly what we're seeing from him here.
Yeah, he's made 2 that count. Try to make it 3. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 41, Brady. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Henry. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. On 2nd down and 4, Brady. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. From 6 yards away, as his guys have now moved out in front. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 94. They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Barkley. The open man is Westbrook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already. As they'll go from the 47 now on first down. On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. Give them 32 on the play.
Here we go.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Barkley. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Alex Okafor in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Barkley. Funches with a catch over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now McCoy, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. A give to Lynch from the shotgun. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Marshawn Lynch hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And polishing it all off, Marshawn Lynch with a TD run. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Again, it's Henry. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw, it's Brady. And able to find Conley. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first.
Got to love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A pass complete here to Conley, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. Running from the gun with Henry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Darren Lee there to get him down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Brady now to throw. He's got the hook up with Conley. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So the Chiefs now down on the scoreboard. 1:25 to play. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Switch.
Hey, go 66.
They'll run with Henry. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now it's Henry. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Face mask. Defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say.